And one of my classmates. Hi, Coach!
Good evening, everybody. Okay. Hi, so I'm Coach Chance Vega of Soul to Your Journey. Alright, so let's start off with our topic today. So today we'll be talking about the foundations of wellness. No? So ano ba yung foundations of wellness? There are 5 pillars for the foundations of wellness. Alright. So, ano ba yung 5 foundations? This is, sorry. 5 foundations, this is nutrition, exercise, sleep and stress management, and social connection. So these are the 5 pillars. If one of these 5 pillars would be lacking, magko-compensate yung ibang pillars. No? So let's say, if you lack sleep, you would sometimes overeat. Diba? Tapos if you haven't managed your stress, so mataas ang stress levels mo, ang ginagawa, you overeat. Tapos, kailangan mo ng stress ng weight loss management and all other stuff. No? Tapos, pagka naman, if you're undereating or overeating, your social connections would what? Suffer din. Minsan, pagka hindi ka pa nakakakain, ano nangyayari? You're gonna be grumpy. Diba? Especially in the morning. Sino nag-skip ng breakfast dito? Who's skipping breakfast? Alright. Yung iba nag-skip ng breakfast kasi naka-fasting. Okay? Pero yung iba nag-skip ng breakfast because of stress. Gusto niya mag-cope up with his sleep. Diba? So, tutulog na lang siya instead na kumain. Tapos magmamadali siya, na-stress siya papunta sa trabaho. So, those are the 5 pillars of a healthy lifestyle. So, kailangan siya balance parati. Alright? So, later on, we will be talking about how to balance that one. Okay? Next, please. Alright. So, preventive health for busy professionals. Everybody here, nakita ko yung demographics. It's everybody's working, no? On executive levels, tapos very stressful yung trabaho, tama ba? Yeah. Alright, so health isn't a luxury. It's your biggest asset, sabi nga. So, high stress, high pay. Tapos, ano rin? High risk or meron sabi, stroke, heart illnesses, no? Bakit? Because of the unbalanced pillars of health. Tulad na sinabi natin ngayon, unbalanced yung pillars na. Kaya ganun. So, there are warning signs for professionals, but often they ignore it. Bakit? Solely focus on what they're going to do. Solely focus on what they're going to do. On the business side, diba? On family side, minsan. So, stress levels are not being managed well. Kaya minsan nag-overeat, nag-undereat, kulang sa tulog, at kulang sa social interactions, hindi nakakapaglabas ng saloobin, mga ganyan. Alright? So, there should be a check-in system. So, there should be a routine, no, to balance all of this. So we'll be talking about it in the next one, please. All right. So these are the 3 killer diseases currently, no? Hypertension, diabetes, and heart diseases. These are the biggest, what you call this, yung plagues of prosperity. Plagues of prosperity. These are the plagues of prosperity. Bakit natin sinabing place of prosperity? This would cause financial strain sa atin. No, kaya nandito yung Coco Life. Ganda nga eh. Align ng agapay at saka sa yung kalinga. No? For starting families, ganda nung agapay. No? Starting families, or if you're still single, BUL. And tapos yung kalinga, it has more health coverage. Ayan, hypertension. Typically, sa mga executive natin na naririnig dyan, hypertensive na ako, I have maintenance and all. Okay? Hypertension, diabetes, fortunately, dito sa Philippines, fortunately, if you look into the last decade, bumababa ang trending. Bumababa yung trending ng dalawa. Pero there's a big spike for heart diseases. A big spike for heart diseases currently. Yeah. So what's good about the Philippine government? They're pushing a lot of things right now. Like there's a mandatory Republic Act na pushing for sports in the small communities now, sa rural. So, maganda yung mga projects. Ayan. Tapos, yeah. So, we have to understand the risk. Ano yung underlying dito sa 3 common things about this one. Napakalaking factor po dito yung nutrition. Big factors is nutrition. Diabetes alone has one of the higher factors for comorbidity. Kung meron kang diabetes, most likely meron kang hypertension. Mataas din ang chances mo to have a heart disease. So, kailangan po natin balansehin yung pagkain. No? Later on, meron po tayong speaker, si Shay. She'll discuss how to eat properly, portioning and all. No? Alright, so early action saves lives. How do we prevent hypertension, diabetes, and heart disease? We should balance the 5 pillars. How to do it? Okay. First, you have to know, meron ba akong family history ng diabetes? Sino po may family history ng diabetes? 1, 2, 3. Alright, there's a lot. So we have now to figure out ano yung mga kinakain yung mga nakasanayan nating pagkain ng mga bata pa tayo. Candies. Mahilig tayo mga kakanin, di ba? Yeah. Diabetes. High sugar. Tapos ano yung activities after eating? Meron ba? Siesta. Papahinga. So pagkakain, kumain ka, siesta ka, higa-higa ka lang, ano nangyari? Blood sugar spikes up and it stays up when you're resting. No? When you're resting. So mataas yung blood sugar mo, nag-rest ka lang, it will stay up for a long time. So ngayon, isa sa mga strategies na ginagawa natin, we encourage yung mga clients namin, we encourage them to walk at least 10 minutes. At least 10 minutes. Bakit? Para yung mga kinain mo ma-digest, tapos yung blood sugar, it would go down. Na mas mabilis. Compared sa nagla-lunch ka lang. Kasi pagka mataas parati yung blood sugar mo, yung insulin, pump ng pump. Ngayon, pagka pump ng pump yung spleen mo ng insulin, anong mangyayari? Magiging insulin resistant ka na. Pag naging insulin resistant ka na, Diyan na papasok yung diabetes. Okay? So ngayon, sabihin natin, nagkaroon na ng diabetes. Isang katabi ng diabetes ay hypertension. And then, there's another one, hindi kasama dito. There's a big rise of chronic kidney disease, CKD. So, nakita nyo ngayon, madami ng dialysis center, tama ba? Dami ng dialysis center. Kumikita sila. Kumikita mabuhayan ang dialysis center dahil dito. Comorbidity nila, diabetes, hypertension. Okay? Alright. So, we have to go back and check on ano yung mga kinakain natin every day. So, yung mga nakasanayan natin. Alright? So, to prevent yung diabetes. Alright? What else? So, those are the simple steps to reverse this one. Same as heart disease. No? And isa sa mga number 1 din killers dito sa Philippines is yung stroke. Stroke. Saan gagaling yung stroke? Plaque. May mga bara sa ugat. May mga bara sa ugat. Ba't ba nagkaroon ng bara sa ugat? It's because of those things as well. Sa food choices natin. So what are we going to do? Change that one. Later on, it will be discussed. Alright. Next, please. So food as fuel. Sabi ko nga, kanina pa pagkain, you have to go back. Ano yung kinakain niya? Ano yung nakasanayan? So you have to eat for energy, for mood, and mental clarity. Ano ba to? Ano ba tong eat for energy, mood, and clarity? Kami sa triathlon, we treat food as fuel. Okay? We treat food as fuel. So kakain kami, depende dun sa magiging activity namin. So you have to eat according to your planned activities. Okay, so kung planned activities mo lang for the day is to work, mag-type, bakit tayo mag-i-eat na marami? Diba? Right. Impact of sugar and ultra-processed food. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina, kaakibat ng diabetes. No? So, dito sa Pilipinas kasi, mahilig tayo sa matamis. No? Mahilig tayo sa gabundok na kanin. Pero, hindi naman po masama yung kanin. No? Hindi masama yung kanin. As long as you use it for the right activity. No? For the right activity. Pwede ka kasi kumain ng kanin after mo nang mag-workout. After mo nang workout. Bakit? Kasi yung carbohydrates from that rice would replenish your glycogen reserves. So, mas madali yung magiging recoveries mo. Okay? Ultra-processed food, very Western. Sa Philippines, we're too westernized. Masyadong Americanized yung ating pagkain. Breakfast pa lang, ano na yung usual? We usually eat cereals. Diba? Cereals, kasi easy to prepare. No? But if you change that one to whole foods or high in protein, no, you will feel more full and magagamit mo siya throughout the day. Okay? So smart meals for the workplace. Ito na. Ano yung smart meals for the workplace? Dito pumapasok yung meal preparations. Meal preparations. If you are working and makadepende ka lang sa Jollibee, McDonald's, panay fast food, KFC, Madali kasi easily accessible kasi siya. Di ba? Kaya yun yung mga nakasanayan ng mga working population. No? Sino dito yung madalas ng fast food? Madalas fast food. Sige na po, wag na po kayo maya. Marami, di ba? Uncle John's. Masarap po yung chicken doon, no? Ayan, agree, Diba? Masarap yung chicken sa Uncle John's. Yeah. Deep fried, high fat, saturated fat, ultra processed yung ginamit sa kanya. So, yung katawan natin, ang tagal niya pinaprocess yun. Hindi natin kagad nagagamit as people. Alright. So, same day, sample day of balanced eating. Surprise. Kay Shane. Kay Coach Shane natin yung kunin yung sample ng balanced diet. Mamaya, picturean nyo kasi meron siyang chart. Gamit nyo lang may kamay. Gagamitin nyo yung kamay nyo for food portioning. Okay? Alright, next please. Alright, fitness after 30. I want to discuss this one. Kasi ako 40 na ako ngayon. Naramdaman ko to. Why your body changes after 30? Ito na. After 30 years old, there is a 3 to 8% decline ng muscles. Okay? I'll repeat. Every decade, 3 to 8% decrease ng muscle mass. Okay? Ano ibig sabihin nun? Ibig sabihin nun, pag lower na yung muscle mass mo, metabolism slows down. That's one. As you age, you get frail. No? Mahina. Nanghihina. Okay? So ano yung mga pwede natin gawin para mabawasan yun? I want you to understand this. Everything you do today would impact you on the next 10 years. Kung hindi ka nagbubuhat ngayon, magiging mahina ka next 10 years. Okay? In the next 10 years. Kung hindi ka nag-stretching ngayon, hindi ka na flexible in the next 10 years. Bawas na yung flexibility in range of motion mo. Okay? That's why kasama siya sa pillars. Exercise. Alright. Ano ba? There's going to be changes on recovery. Recovery slows down. Bakit? Again, there's a 3 to 8% decline ng muscles. No? So, muscles, big muscles now, you could walk and travel later in life. Okay? Hormonal changes. Hormonal changes, testosterone and estrogen goes down. Especially for women. Especially for women, you will go into menopause. Pag nasa menopause po, anong mangyayari? Mas mabilis yung decline ng muscle loss. Diba? Mababa na yung estrogen mo, testosterone, bumagsak. Diba? So, ano yung pwede natin gawin? You have to prioritize yung stress management and how you eat. Okay? Nakalimutan ko pala sabihin kanina, yung sa recovery takes longer, no? Paano natin maiiwasan yun? You have to prioritize sleep. As we age, ano nangyayari? As we age, konti na lang tulog. So, yun. Stress management and protein for hormonal changes to support your body. Pagka mataas yung, pag meron kang supply ng protein, nakakain ka ng right amount, yung decline muscle loss na binanggit ko kanina, pwedeng mabawasan. Yung 3 to 8%. You could maintain. Okay? What else? Ano pa yung changes? Joint health and mobility. Yan. As you age, yung cartilage, yung joints, yung flexibility niya, malleability niya medyo nagdi-decline na rin. It's because of the hormonal changes then as well. Anong gagawin natin for that? You have to include mobility work. Stretching. Yoga. Kasama na stress management, di ba? So, nakuha na natin yung other factors. What else changes? Fitness after 30. Fitness after 30, the mindset. Yung mindset, nag-change. When we were 20s, 25-year-olds, what do we want? Washboard abs, toned body, di ba? Pag sumampa na ng 30, may pinick up ka na something sa floor, pag tayo mo, dito muna ako. Ha? Tapos maglalakad ka gano'n. Masakit kasi yung likod, no? So, the mindset shift that we need to do is from aesthetics to health. No? I assume kaya po tayo nandito para matutunan yun. Diba? Yung mindset shift from aesthetics to health. Ayan. So, nandito tayo para mabigyan kayo ng mga tips on how to do it. Ayun, na-cover ko na siya. Next, please. Alright. Why does movement matters? Your body was designed to move. Our bodies are designed to move every day. Every day. We have to be consistent. That's why we need to build a routine. Build a routine. Okay, quick kwento. We're 40s now, me and my wife. In order for us to have a routine, a common routine, after having dinner, check nyo kung ilang pillars yung check namin. After eating dinner, we walk. Walk for 15 to 30 minutes after dinner. And then what? We talk about life, we talk about our goals, we talk about anything. Ilang pillars po yung na-check natin. Again, yung pillars natin is nutrition, exercise, what else? Sleep, stress management, social connections. Ilan po yung na-check namin dun sa simple routine na ginawa namin? Dalawa?
Exercise.
Nutrition, exercise, wala. Tama. 4 lang kasi wala pang sleep. Pero after walking, we feel, we are ready to sleep. So, na-check na namin lahat ng pillars. Simple. Doable? Yeah. Alright. Zone 2 is the best kept secret in fat loss and longevity. Yung pangalan po ng group namin is Zone to Your Journey. Zone to Your Journey. No? We advocate po yung low intensity trainings for longevity. Why do we do this? It's because of yung nakikita natin sa social media madalas, high intensity speed workouts and everything. It's very impacting, demanding para sa katawan natin. and we can't recover right away. Zone 2 training, yung zone 2 po, heart rate po yan. Heart rate po. So kung meron po kayong mga smartwatch, meron po yung zones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 usually. No? Yung zone 2 po, yan yung conversational paces, no? Intensities. Nandito po sa zone 2 na yan, yung highest fat loss. Nung nasa gym pa po ako nagtatrabaho sa, dito sa Makati, ang tawag namin dyan, fat burning zone. Fat burning zone. Kasi yung zone 2 po, you can do it all day. You can do it all day. How to do it? Tingnan niyo po. Mag-compute po kayo. 180 minus your age. 180 minus your age. Sige, kuha tayo ng isang example. Ma'am, kahit isa po sa inyo. 180 minus your age. Ano po lumabas na number? 138. Hindi ko po sasabihin kung ilang taon na si ma'am. Don't worry. Pero yung 138, mababa pa po yan. No? Mababa pa po yung 138. Etong paglakad ko na to, let me check. It's somewhere around 85, 90. Simple na lahat, 90. Pag tumakbo po ako around, it could go up to 100, 110. Pag tumakbo po ako sa labas, pwede po mag-shoot up to 140. So nasa zone 2 pa rin po ako nun. So kaya yung fat burning zone is easy to do. Balikan ko po yung kwento ko kanina. Naglalakad kami ng wife ko after dinner. We're doing zone 2 workout. Even at zone 1. Low impact, fat burning. Our blood sugar doesn't go up. So matutulog kami, blood sugar mababa na. May risk pa kami for diabetes. Meron pa rin po. Kasi meron kaming family history. But if we didn't do that routine, mas tumataas po yung risk niya na ma-acquire namin yun. No? So, ang usapan namin ng wife ko is, we should be doing this one para tayo yung generational breakers. No? It stops here. Yun yung usapan namin, it stops here. So if you want to stop yung hereditary diseases sa family, you should be doing something about that one. Especially diabetes. Diabetes is controllable. Preventable. No? Preventable siya. Kasi yung lifestyle changes lang. Pag nagawa mo, you're good. You can't have it. There is ways to reverse diabetes. I have one client, she was admitted sa ICU sa Thailand. Nag-shoot up ang sugar niya nasa 480. 480. So, naging candidate siya kagad. Diabetic ka na, sinasabi sa kanya ng doctors. What did she do? Pagbalik niya ng Pilipinas, she controlled yung sugar intake niya. Mahilig po siya sa milk tea. Hindi na po siya nag-milk tea ngayon. No? Ngayon, controlled na po ang kanyang blood glucose. And she's doing well. We just added one thing. She has to lift weights. She has to have that bigger muscles. Kasi nung na-ICU po siya, pagbalik niya ng Pilipinas, sobrang payat niya. Sobrang payat. So sabi ko, you need to go back to the gym, work out, you have to lift weights, we have to monitor gaano kadaming muscle mass mo na. And we have to maintain it. Ang aim natin ay hindi bumaba. Again, the decline is 3 to 8%. If you are below 3%, we're good. If we're below 3%, we're good. Right. So dito, you don't need a gym, you need consistency. Babalikan ko lang ulit yung kwento ko. Consistency, doable. After eating, we walk, we talk. Checking our checklist. Alright? So later, may surprise kami, ang galing. Mamimili lang kayo with Coach Dax. Alright? Alright, next please. Alright, so mind body reset. You have to ground yourself, visualize your best self, create calm in the chaos. So it's all about planning. All about planning. So grounding yourself, this one is like meditation, having stillness para yung mind natin maging calm. Alright. Tapos you always have to visualize the best version of yourself. If I'm not doing something now, it's gonna impact me on the next 10 years. Right? On the next 10 years. So you have to do something now para maiwasan natin yung losses natin. Alright? But for me, ayun. So, if you have questions about training, I'll be here the whole day, whole night. No? Carlos, I turn to you, okay?